All right, so I had was using what was called IPN, Intuit IPN, to get my checks, my paycheck from my client, my only client, and they shut that service down and said, okay, you can switch to Intuit QuickBooks Basic for $10 a month and still get, you know, the ACH, send the ACH bill, and, you know, it only costs 50 cents to do a transaction when you do that. I sent the bill. It's still showing pending 4 days later. I'm a little worried I'm not going to get my money. So I called the company I'm working for, and they went ahead and sent me an advance through PayPal, which cost me $50 because PayPal charges, you know, 3% or something, 4%. So they sent me an advance. So that'll get me through, but I still am going to be short on my car payment, as I mentioned last week. I got all set up with activehour.com, and I'll give you more information about that a little later. Got all set up with activehour.com. Basically, it means I can get paid immediately from my Uber, like at the end of the day. So that will go right into my bank account using my debit card as a deposit. If I understand correctly, we'll see how that goes. So between all of that, I should be out of the woods and finally back on track with my finances. Again, normally I wouldn't do the Uber thing except weekends and stuff, but I am, with getting the AC installed and everything, I am like strapped for so much cash at the moment that he's going to charge $500 to drop the line. So this would be one thing Uber is good for. And if it works for me, this is one thing I will say. Even if you don't want to do it as your regular job, or if it's, you know, the pay isn't quite enough, if you need money in a pinch and you get set up with Active Hour, it looks like pretty much you've got instant money. You're not chasing your tail. You just go out and work, and you're gonna have money at the end of the day. So we're gonna see how that works for me today. I got to pick up some stuff in Des Moines. That's another reason why I'm going there today. I figure, you know, I might as well do the Ubering when I have to go to Des Moines. Because then I can count off the entire trip, mileage-wise, going to Des Moines and everything. So that actually saves me money. So again, Uber may not be for everybody, but you know, even if it's not something you want to do as a career, it's probably good to have in your back pocket in case of an emergency, like I'm just finding myself in right now. So yeah, be sure to sign up under my referral ID. It's greatly appreciated, and depending on what the bonuses are at the time, you'll get a bonus once you complete so many drives. So Robin wanted me to pick up something from GNC, some kind of energy bar, I guess she was doing a review on, for this keto diet. So I am now online. I needed a place to park, so I figured I'd try this first GNC as I was coming into town. I don't know if I'm going to get any calls here. I'll stay here for about 10 minutes and see what happens. I'm not very far in town. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and start driving towards town. With the Uber app open, it should go ahead and ping me as I get close. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive towards town. Well, I'm getting nowhere fast. So she just called, and she said the vitamin shop in West Des Moines will have them. So yeah, there we go. So I would have been driving already. I'd gotten pings earlier. I had to turn off Uber because I was driving all over town looking for these energy bar things. So right now I'm probably at a dead spot, but I decided to sit over here at the Jordan Creek Mall. I figured if anybody's going to be using it soon during rush hour and all that is coming up at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, I'm just sitting here. I'm going to get some work done. That's the nice part of having an online working from home. I can log into my time tracker and connect to my internet on my iPad and start getting work done. So, yep, there I go. So today is feeling like a colossal waste of time because I spent all that time driving around doing nothing, looking for stupid protein bars. And then because everybody in my house seems to destroy iPad cables, there was not one that I could take with me, so my iPad that was fully charged is now dead. So now I had to drive all over to find somebody that actually had a cable. Finally found a Walgreens here, and it had a cable. So now I bought a cable, which I needed one anyway, but that's $12. That's not Uber's fault or anything. So that's $12 down the tube. So again, I needed a cable. So now I'm charging my iPhone before I can go back. Incidentally, of the actual, when I started Uber and actually started doing something, I've only driven about an hour and a half, and I'm up $25. So, I mean, that's not terrible. That's after fees. So, yeah. Anyway, except now I have to wait for my iPad to have enough charge to actually do anything without dying. Because when you turn GPS and everything on, I think I'm done. I think I'm done for today. Because I think the iPad will just continually die as soon as I start using all the services, because the charge won't be able to keep up. So that sucks. All right. Well, yeah, my day's finished.
Please proceed to the indicated route.
Might as well go home. My iPad, fortunately, I was able to finish that trip, but when the GPS is running and everything's running, the charge can't keep up with it. So it would could die right in the middle of the trip, and that would be would really suck, because it would be embarrassing, for one thing, if I'm called on a trip and it dies before I get there, and if it dies after I get there, the guy could tell me where to go, but I'm not going to complete the trip and get paid for it. He'll be happy, he'll have a free trip. But yeah, so chalk this day up to a learning experience. Make sure your phone is 100% charged, and make sure you keep it on a charging cable all day, so that it can, because it's always going to get less charge than, well, phone may go better than the iPad. I like the iPad because I can see the screen better, for navigation. But yeah, make sure you have it fully charged before you start. Make sure you keep it on the charger the entire time, because potentially it could suck more current than it's going to get charged when it's running GPS. I turned off Bluetooth, I turned off wireless. All it was running was GPS and the Uber app and Waze. I turned everything else off to save battery. And it can't keep up. See, it's just now up to 2%, and I could probably get it. I just did a drive to the airport, and literally as soon as I closed her ticket, thank goodness, it died literally right after I gave her her rating, and it went back to the main Uber screen. It died. Had it died 30 seconds earlier, I would have not got paid for any of the trip. So yeah, today was a learning experience. It wasn't all bad, except I had to run around looking for crap, but at least I got my tank. Well, I'll still have quite a bit of gas left in my tank, and I paid for a cable, and yeah, so technically it was profitable. It was profitable. If I actually came and did this as a work day, it would have been profitable, even with the gas. It was not profitable because I wasted a bunch of time. Keep in mind, I think this is pretty accurate. If you turn off your Uber app, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And that was the vibe I got from it the other day. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes before you start getting calls again. And once you get calls, you'll start getting one after another. At least here in Des Moines we are. But basically, when you take a break, you've just wasted 15 additional minutes when you go back online, probably, very likely, which stinks. Now, it may not be everywhere, but that's the way it is here in Des Moines. So you really want to have everything set, your tank of gas full, your charger cable working in the car, and the device plugged into it at all times, with your device starting at 100% charge. If this was 100% charge, then with the charger cable, it would have easily lasted me probably 8-10 hours. Maybe it might have lasted me 24 hours, I don't know, but it just can't charge and do all this stuff at the same time, so it would just help it keep up. It would just lose its charge a little slower while it's plugged in, is what I'm trying to say. So let's see where I'm at. Basically, I probably had another 30 minutes, so I have 2 hours into here of actual drive time would be my guess. No tips today at all, and I'm missing. I still could have done the wine fest. Things were picking up, and that's where I needed to be. there's plenty of work. It's actually just now getting. It's very frustrating to have to quit, but it will die on me. I know it will. So I'm not even gonna suffer that humiliation. About $30. I just rounded it, but yeah, it's about $30. The total's not adding up. It's probably, there it goes. Last trip, yeah, $29.10. So $29.10 in 2 hours. So I made $15 an hour minus gas. So I would figure again, $12.50 if I take out for the gas. $12.50 an hour. Any wear and tear in the vehicle. Again, I turned stride off for a while, but incidentally, I have up to, it wasn't even running, but because I could count it from when I left the house, and I counted all my mileage, I counted it all. So I can count off $65. Well, I've only made 24. So basically it's all tax-free money. So you could say, even with wear and tear on your vehicle, you made $12.50. So, again, probably better than working at McDonald's. You can get paid at the end of the day, but you have to be prepared. Stupid stuff like this is gonna really kill your motivation. But the pay is, I'd like it to be better. It would be better if people actually tipped. I wish Lyft would come to Des Moines because I think there'd be a lot more money in Lyft. But fortunately, I don't have to rely on this as my primary income. I couldn't rely on this as my primary income. I would starve. I've got too much responsibilities. Anybody else would probably do just fine. But at $12.50 an hour, that's not bad at all, and it's very, very easy. Just pay attention. I'm going to try this again tomorrow. I'm going to do the rush hour first thing in the morning. I'm going to work till noon, head back, finish the AC, then head back, do the rush hour, and try to do the actual events going on tomorrow. There's a lot going on tomorrow, and I'd like to see how that plays out, because all this stuff has been mostly people going to the airport. I had 2 airport trips. Nothing really rush hour that I got today. It wasn't like a bunch of little short distances that you could just bang them out and make a lot of money. It was people going to visit friends from one home to another, going to the grocery store, but not like getting off work. One person was getting off work. So I'll stop babbling for now. Again, I would highly recommend it as a backup source of emergency if you ever need emergency funds. I can actually get this money tonight. I'm going to go home and try that because I have it in there. I want to see how that works, and I will let you know. And so I'm going to turn my little thing on. I'm going to count my mileage all the way home because, yeah. Now, you can only count off as much as you earn. I mean, you can't go negative, but the cool part is, you know, if you have a day where you are making $36 an hour, you know, at the end of the year, the mileage you can count off today, even though it was a lot more mileage that you could technically not count off, you can add it all together, is what I'm trying to say. Now I'm just babbling. I'm gonna go. I want to go home. I'm done. Yeah, it's only at 2%, just with, yeah. Okay. See you later.